hope I try something new this fight, but I don't want to tell you guys.
Smilla Sundell has shaken the MMA world with a stunning call-out aimed at Dakota Dicha. In a fiery clip, the Hurricane declared that she intends to end Dakota's future and finish her for good. The only question that remains is whether this was masterful fight hype or a reckless mistake that could backfire.
Land those effects knees, and now we got hands and elbows coming in. 10-second call comes out. Those body shots.
Sundell in a ray of punches. Now this one is over.
Wow.
The first successful defense for the youngest.
At just 17 years and 5 months old, Swedish sensation Smilla Sundell, famously known as a Hurricane, etched her name in history by becoming the youngest fighter to win a one-championship Muay Thai world title, defeating Jackie Buntan in April 2022. She later defended her crown against Alicia Helen Rodriguez, and by 2024, earned the number 2 spot in the WBC female featherweight Muay Thai rankings. A relentless force in the ring, Smilla is now turning her focus toward an entirely new battlefield.
Is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Bishop beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack.
Bishop in trouble. And that does it.
Britain's unbeaten rising star in the PFL women's flyweight division, Dakota Dicha combines speed, power, and one of the biggest hype trains in women's MMA. She's widely seen as a division's future, but Smilla Sundell says that future could be shattered. So which is it? Classic fight hype, or did Smilla cross a line? Trash talk is part of the sport. I'll beat you, I'll smash you, but I'll kill you carries a very different weight. Delivery and intent matter, and this clip feels cold and serious rather than playful. If sponsors, promoters, or athletic commissions respond, Smilla could face real consequences, and if she doesn't manage to fall out fast, it may linger over her career. For Dakota Diva, the situation is a double-edged sword. While the controversy has boosted her profile, being the target of such a personal statement adds serious pressure, with fans expecting her to respond, whether online or inside the cage. The MMA world is split. Some argue this is just typical fight promotion, while others are demanding bans, apologies, or sanctions. Memes are circulating nonstop, but so are warnings that Smilla Sundell may have crossed a dangerous line. She needs to address it quickly, because right now the conversation is focused more on her words and her skills. In combat sports, words can elevate a fight or destroy a career. So, fight fans, what's your take? Was Smilla Sundell simply hyping a future showdown with Dakota Diva, or did she go too far with a statement that could haunt her career? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit subscribe, and stay tuned. This feud is just getting started.
The striking on display is really, really remarkable.
Dakota Dicha is a prodigious striking sensation fighting for the legacy of her family.
She's brilliant. She do well just boxing. Really, really amazing athlete.
Dakota's skills. She is one of the most spiteful strikers that we've ever seen in the PFL.
Savannah Marshall just dropped a huge bombshell on Dana White, sending shockwaves to the UFC, and it all centers on Dakota Dicha. Marshall didn't mince words, calling Dakota extremely athletic, a freak of nature in the cage, and a fighter capable of dominating the entire UFC women's division. In fact, she went as far as to suggest that Dakota Dicha might simply be too good for anyone in the UFC, and the MMA world is going wild. Savannah Marshall isn't just any voice in combat sports. She's one of the hardest punchers in women's boxing history and a former middleweight champion who has shared the ring with the best. So when she praises Dakota Dicha's striking as unbelievable, it carries serious weight. Marshall revealed that during training, Dakota wasn't just throwing punches. She was seamlessly mixing boxing, kicks, and MMA-style setups that even Marshall had to respect. She went further, boldly claiming that Dicha could beat the entire UFC women's roster. For Dana White, that's both a dream and a nightmare. On one hand, Dakota is an undefeated, marketable superstar with highlight reel knockouts. On the other, if Marshall is right, she could dominate every division before rivalries even begin. Standing 5 feet 8 inches with 70-inch reach, Muay Thai mastery, and rapidly developing ground skills, Dakota has earned the nickname Barbie Assassin, combining crisp boxing precision with sudden, devastating kicks. Fans are now debating whether she's just hype or truly a one-woman wrecking crew, but the stakes couldn't be higher. If she runs through fighters like Valentina, Grasso, Suarez, or even returning Nunes, the UFC risks exposing its women's divisions as shallow. The million-dollar question remains, is Savannah Marshall right? Is Dakota Dicha already ahead of the game? Or is this just hype designed to stir Dana White's pot? Either way, one thing is clear. The Barbie Assassin is a problem no one can ignore.
We'll be champions someday.
Absolutely right side. That's the eliminator. Forward shot, but unable to do much of that. And it's over.
Back in 2011, after defending her Strikeforce bantamweight title, Marloes Coenen stunned fans when she looked into the camera and said of her opponent, Liz Carmouche, "Liz is very, very talented. She will be a champion someday." At the time, many dismissed the idea. Carmouche was considered too raw and inexperienced. But more than a decade later, those words seem prophetic. Her rise could spell trouble for one of MMA's most hyped stars, Dakota Dicha. In Strikeforce 2011, Coenen versus Carmouche was expected to be a routine title defense. Yet Carmouche shocked everyone by dominating large stretches of the fight, ragdolling the champion and hammering her with ground and pound. Coenen admitted afterward, "Liz was kicking my ass." Then, in a dramatic twist, she secured a submission to retain her belt. Carmouche lost, but the prophecy was set. She had the makings of a champion. And she didn't fade away. She nearly stunned Ronda Rousey in the UFC's first women's fight, battled names like Miesha Tate, Valentina Shevchenko, and Kat Zingano, and eventually captured gold in Bellator, proving Coenen right. Now, with her career reignited, fans are asking a new question. Could Liz Carmouche be the one to finally derail Dakota Dicha's unstoppable hype train? Dakota Dicha, the so-called Barbie Assassin, undefeated in the cage, dazzling under the UFC spotlight, and Dana White's newest golden star. But every hype train eventually faces a derailment, and stylistically, Liz Carmouche might be the nightmare waiting at the end of the track. A grizzled veteran who's battled Rousey, Shevchenko, and countless elite names, Carmouche's grit, power, and wrestling could smother Dakota's sharp striking and youthful fire in a single brutal night. And here's the twist. What if the UFC actually wants this test? What if Carmouche is a chosen veteran to challenge, and maybe even shatter, the aura of the next generation's poster girl? Marloes Coenen's 2011 prophecy didn't just predict Liz would be a champion. It may have foreshadowed her role as the spoiler to rising stars. Now in her late 30s, hardened by wars and respected as a pioneer, Carmouche could prove that experience and toughness outweigh hype and Instagram followers every single time. So fight fans, what do you think? Is Dakota truly unstoppable, or is Liz Carmouche, the forgotten trailblazer who nearly toppled Rousey, carved her legacy in Strikeforce, and fulfilled Coenen's prophecy, the the one to end the Barbie Assassin's run? Drop your thoughts below. Is this where Dakota's hype train crashes? Or will she prove she's more than just a UFC's next marketing experiment? Either way, this is a showdown the MMA world can't ignore.
She could start asserting some dominance on this round, in my opinion. Bishop's in bed. Liz Carmouche pounds out a wall.
Liz Carmouche just sent shockwaves through the MMA world with her latest announcement. She's not only returning, but she's coming directly for the undefeated PFL Golden Girl, Dakota Dicha. Her words were nothing short of savage. I'll break Dakota's hype. My next target is Dakota. I'll kill you, Dakota Dicha. I'm a killer monster, and this is your last warning. This is, without question, the most brutal call-out of Dakota's career. And it's not coming from just anyone. Carmouche is a pioneer of women's MMA, a veteran who has faced and survived the toughest names in the sport. On August 15th, 2025, she proved she's still dangerous by winning the PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament, brutally finishing Gina Bishop via KO/TKO in the third round. That victory didn't just add to her legacy. It set her sights squarely on Dakota Dicha. With a professional record of 25 wins and 8 losses, Carmouche has battled legends, endured wars, and built a reputation for grit and violence. Now, at 41 years old, she still calls herself a killer monster. And the scariest part is, she just might be right. On the other side stands Dakota Dicha, undefeated at 15-0, the face of PFL and Dana White's latest obsession. She's young, marketable, and dangerous, with 12 knockouts, 1 submission, and 2 decision wins. Fans call her the Barbie Assassin, not just for her looks, but for the way she dismantles opponents with chilling consistency. Many believe she's the next Amanda Nunes, the fighter destined to carry women's MMA into a new era. But that hype is under fire from a savage veteran in Liz Carmouche. And Carmouche isn't selling tickets. She's issuing threats. I'll break your hype. I'll kill you, Dakota. I'm a killer monster. That's not promotion. It's war. Now, the MMA world has to ask, can Dakota Dicha survive a battle-tested pioneer like Liz Carmouche, or will experience and grit smother the rise of the next Golden Girl? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because this feud is only just beginning.